Hi, everyone. Welcome to Living Hypnotically. I'm Erika Flint, and is a show where we explore the application and benefit of hypnosis with professional hypnotists. And today I have the amazing Layden with us. Eric is a certified 5-path and NGH hypnotist with a unique blend of expertise because he was in the film industry for 13 years and another 18 years after that, serving as a correctional officer. His journey started in 2017. He's going to tell us about this when he lost 50 pounds through hypnosis, inspiring him to help others. Welcome, Eric. Great to have you here today.
Great to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, I love your office and I love your story. What a great story. Let's start with the weight loss. Let's start with the hypnosis piece. Tell us about what got you into hypnosis.
It was literally word of mouth. And my wife and I both needed to go. There was looking in the mirror was a scary thing. And we decided, hey, let's go try it. Bottom line was it worked. And we were amazed that we both lost quite a bit of weight. I still haven't had a soda since that day. I just little things that stick with you. And that's what pushed us to go in this direction ourselves.
So you lose 50 pounds. You still don't have a thing for soda. So let's just pause there. Tell me about that because there's soda, there is chocolate is another one for people. Chips is another one. People talk about being a carboholic and they feel out of control. So I find with weight loss, if we can help people get even a little bit of control back, they blow their mind, right? So what happened with you and the soda?
It was just, we'd always have it at our house. We have two kids, my wife and I. We knew it was bad. It was cheap. And after we went to this hypnosis, that was one of the things, no sugar, no carbs, was along the lines of a keto. And it just stuck with us. And it was literally, soda was disgusting to me and my wife after that. And it benefited our kids because now if we go out, we'll let them have a soda, but it's just seltzer water and water in the house, basically tea, coffee.
This is one of the things that I really think is cool to share with our clients because hypnosis, it's not magic, but boy, does it make things easier. I'll even tell them 75% easier. It feels effortless at times. So was that your experience too? Like it just felt easy to not have the soda?
Before we threw it all out, because we were finishing up what we had, just walk by it and not even care, not even want it. And I'm not going to lie, maybe a year ago, I'm like, I'm going to try a sip of soda. It was so awful. I was like, I never, ever want, I would just, let's see if this is still working. And I don't it's disgusting to me and my wife.
One of the things that I love to do with my clients is I ask them to imagine all the food that they ate when they weren't even hungry, getting at the emotional eating side of things.
Oh, yeah.
I ask them to imagine that it's a pile of food right in front of them, right? And this pile of food is full of all the food that they ate when they weren't even hungry. And I'll ask them, how does that feel? Now, of course, they feel terrible. Oh, I feel gross. I feel ashamed. I feel disgusting. And so then I'll say, put those feelings on that pile of food because it's really the food that is doing this, right? And so this is an element that helps our clients change their mind because the technique is really take these feelings you don't like and in your mind place them on the food. So what happens later? Week goes by, clients come in. Erika, I was in the grocery store and I was about to grab those chips and that pile of food popped in my mind and I realized I don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
And so this is just, we humans are amazing. We are fascinating. It didn't take a lot for you to change your mind on soda in a way that has been hugely beneficial. It's been effortless and hypnosis works.
Yes, it certainly does.
Yeah.
It really does. And there's other things too. It's amazing that whatever suggestions the hypnotist gives you for weight loss, whatever your triggers are, you can walk by those cookies, walk by that cake, not have that soda, just no desire. It could just be right there off to the side. No.
You don't even want it anymore. That represents something in their life that is different than what they want now. Saying no represents freedom. Not having the soda means you're out with your kids on a hike, right? So saying no comes with this whole other lifestyle that is really something that you can live into. Same with our clients.
Yeah. And it benefit, they don't even like it that much anymore. Maybe once in a blue moon is a treat. So everybody won
Good
all
job.
through hypnosis. And I will say your broccoli test, I do, that sticks in the back of my mind. Sometimes I go to the fridge and I'm like, I open it and you think, would I eat broccoli right now?
Right. Am I
No.
actually hungry?
Yeah,
And
I'm
thank you for
not that
bringing that
hungry.
up. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Eric. It's a binary indicator, right? So for a lot of our
Absolutely.
clients, part of the problem is, am I hungry? And we've been trained out of it from a young age to eat when we're not hungry because we were told to finish all the food on our plate. We were
Yeah.
not allowed to go to bed until we did.
It's a generational thing, right? Our
That's right.
generation.
That's right. Gen X and
Yup.
more. But you're right. Giving clients a tool to know, am I actually hungry is empowering, right? Super
It
empowering. Now
is.
they can walk away. I'm not hungry. So what am I going to do next? So that's where we get to help them make a good choice, something that feels good, that is nurturing, nourishing, and they get to continue to feel good. Thank you. Let's move on with your story. So you lose a bunch of weight in 2017, 2018. I'm assuming it wasn't
Yeah,
overnight. It
somewhere
took
in
a
there.
little bit
Yeah.
of time. Okay. And then what happened? At some point, you decide, oh my gosh, I got to help other people do this, or this is amazing. How did it go from losing the weight to becoming a professional hypnotist?
The truth is that as my wife and I are growing closer to retirement, we were
Mhm.
looking for a business, something just to segue into where we
Right.
could stay busy. And we live in kind of a sort of a small area. We live in the Berkshires here in New England. And we ran numbers. I ran a bunch of numbers on different stuff and things just weren't panning out. No. And my wife says, we went after we got hypnotized. I loved it. I want to become a hypnotist. So I said, I can't right now with my thing, but let's
Yep.
set a plan, get you going. And we did. We got her going and she loved it. And we grew out of an office in a year. I was doing all the business side of it. And then, long story short, my health, the Johnson shot basically ruined my heart and my lungs. So that's where I'm at now. When I came to see you, I actually wasn't going
Oh.
to get certified until 2026 when I retired. But because I'm out because of this medical stuff, she's like, go now. And I
So it
figured,
worked
let's
out.
give it a shot. Yeah. So it
Right.
came 3 years early and here we are. And I love it because I went from a job where you're basically a placeholder for 8 hours as a
Mhm.
corrections officer. The truth is, you're not really helping anybody, at least in our system here in Mass, to a job that I can't tell you how much I love being a hypnotist. Every person no matter how good or bad you do or think you do or don't do, you're helping them in some degree. They're getting something out of it. And it's really a joy to be doing something rewarding, something with a tangible outcome, something measurable. And
Right.
just helping people is wonderful.
It is. It is. It feels a lot of times, and my last job when I was a software developer, I would notice friends and my family and people who were struggling and just like with life issues, right? And always wanted to help and always felt a deep desire and very heartfelt person, very kind of spiritual, but never really knew what to do other than just being a friend. And when I became a hypnotist, oh my gosh, now so amazing to be able to help people in my life with anti-anxiety and help them lose weight and help them do things. So it's really fulfilling as a career.
It is. And all my friends and family have noticed that I'm actually a happy person now. And it's
Yes.
because I told them I love doing this. I've been doing a fair amount of smoking. I seem to be getting all the people that have smoked from 20 to 40 years of their
Yeah.
life, right? They're not
Okay.
social smokers. You're not
Mhm.
going to nail it in one session, but
Hallelujah, Eric. Thank you for saying that. And I think that there's a misunderstanding in the marketplace because there are folks out there still selling single session stop
yeah,
smoking that when you're really ready to make a change, you can do anything in a single session. But it can also be problematic for folks who aren't ready for the change because then they believe there's something wrong with them, that hypnosis didn't work for them. And I think it's important for the message to be that stopping smoking often takes more than a single session, right?
it really does. So I had this lady that was just high anxiety, super great client, smoked 40 years. I was like, this could be a tough one because this is her go to. And by the third session, we did 4 sessions. She had slowed down after the first, stopped, then relapsed at the second. By the third one, she was pretty much all done. And at the fourth session, she literally skipped down the hall, happy as could
Nice.
be, like, I'm never smoking again. And I told her it's a process. You're not, and it's important to be positive when they come in. Like you had taught us, it's all
Mhm.
about wins. You stop them at any negativity, because if they try to lead with that,
Yep.
and you halt it and just change it right to what worked for you. What are your wins for
Good.
this week since we've seen each other?
Yep.
And it is, and
That level
it
of
is,
transformation, I call that the art of transformation. It's part of the sacred hypnosis method because that I've developed because it's so important to really just help our clients through that piece of it, right? There's
yep,
going to be, and so it's really like we have to help our clients transform, help them change. We can't just apply hypnosis, expect them to go out and come back and get the results. I think when we're really loving and what we do with our clients is exactly what you're sharing. We're getting our hands dirty in there with them and
yeah,
understanding what's happening. And they often will smoke again or drink again. And I'll ask my clients, did you prove it to yourself that you really don't want to be
yeah,
smoking or drinking anymore? And so
yeah.
I thank you so much because I think there's a very like we can do hypnosis, but we can do hypnosis with our clients in a way that helps them evolve. And that's like our role in this transformation officer, right? A role
Yeah,
that we play, right? So we do
yeah.
the hypnosis, we can do the insight, but we're really helping them to learn how to change, how to transform, how to change their mind.
And that benefit sheet that we went over in class and we went over in the apprenticeship program, I really stick to that unless I'm
Mhm.
doing a one-off fluffy session for
Yeah,
something simple that's just direct suggestion. We're doing more one session. That benefit sheet, review it every single time. Because like
important.
you said, you might be helping them in another way, but you're not giving them what they came in for.
And for you guys listening, what Eric's talking about is getting really clear outcomes, really clear outcomes. Our clients are often going to come to us in a state of negativity, in a state of, I don't feel good. I just want to feel better. They don't often have clarity on what they actually want. We are super grateful that they're in our office. But to your point, we get much better results when every time we take a little bit of time at the beginning to stop and consciously, the conscious mind, let's get clarity on what you actually want.
Right.
Always bring
And
it
it
back
does.
to that.
Yeah, and you can suss it out even further as you go over it with them. That's
Yeah,
well, other things may pop up from those benefits you're going over, but it is so helpful, and it does help them get the desired outcome they want. Really,
that's right. And we're teaching them. I find that this whole process. So, for example, with a client yesterday, we're going through the benefits form. She's coming with me. She's working with me to lose weight. And I'm asking her very precisely, how are you doing with eating only when you're actually hungry? And it gets to the point of the conversation that we really need to be at, right? Because she says to me something like 3 p.m. is the hardest time for me. And so I get to say, all right, let's talk about that. Let's imagine it's 3 p.m. You're smart. What else could you do? And it gives us this, it's almost like the checklist, right? The benefits form is here's what we're agreeing to work on together with. So when we bring our clients' attention back to that over and over, we tend to just get amplified results over and over.
absolutely.
Yeah. Cool.
And I think one of the things I learned the most is what did shock me when I first started after leaving your thing is, doing smoking. You would think people have thrown their cigarettes away and are here, but it's amazing how many people you have to make that just have them make that commitment before they come in, or when they come in, bring them with them, however you like
Right.
to do it. People won't, you can't assume that they're even like weight loss, anything that they're going to
Right.
just, they're on board 100%. You got to make sure that the buy-in is there. Because if the
Absolutely.
buy-in isn't there,
And that's
the
the whole
chances of
point.
it, you know,
Yes, it's so true. I was just telling a story. I did a TikTok this morning on a client who you said the buy-in, right? So it
yeah.
was her first session. She came in, she was irritated at work, super smart lady. And at some point in the session, I hear her do this. I could tell something like there's a sigh, right? She sighed. Something had just walked in, right? That sigh is usually from the unconscious, from our unconscious
Oh
mind,
yeah.
body's consciousness, right? So there's something had transpired. And she says after the session, Erika, I forgot what good felt like. And from that moment, she was bought in. She was into the whole process because it gave her a mind blow. It reminded her of how good she felt. And so sometimes you're exactly right. We get clients that come in They want to stop smoking, but it's been hard before. So they're not totally in the door. But then we do hypnosis and they're like, oh, once they get bought in, the process is easy. People are
Yeah.
amazing. Like humans are amazing. They'll get stuff out of their own way once we give them a good benefits form with clarity. And again, that's why it can be so helpful, right? Get
Yeah,
clarity on what
absolutely.
you want. Yeah, some people will
Yeah.
just go get it. Now, I know you have a lot of client stories. You have another one that you want to share with us?
One is being a fairly new hypnotist.
Mhm.
Obviously, one thing I learned during smoking is I'm so focused of just doing what I have to do. You're paying attention to your client. The little things like coughing as they're quitting, their body's changing. And it is interruptive,
Um,
but it's also important to keep them in somnambulism. Just if they come out a little bit with coughing, just ease them back in. But it's jarring at first when it first happens to you.
Good
On the
point.
inside, I had a gentleman that wasn't smoking with something else, and we were about 10 minutes in. And he just starts screaming, ah, I'm like, oh, on the inside, he's freaking out. Like, I have to call 911. He had a foot cramp, but it took him. And I thought, let's just go easy. Just okay, rub it out. And within a
Good
minute after
job.
he got it set, we just slipped him right back in, right
Good
back to where he
job.
was. But it is jolting to you as a hypnotist until you've gone through enough of that.
Well,
You are so focused.
that's right. And that's very interesting because the body, like we said, the body's consciousness, the physical body, often comes in and tries to interrupt the session. So sometimes our client will get dizzy. They'll say, oh, I'm dizzy, or oh, I'm getting a headache, or oh, I'm going to throw up, or oh, I'm getting a cramp. And often it is the unconscious mind trying to block the session. So really good job not having a freak out, keeping your client focused, helping them just work through it.
Yeah, and slide right back in to where
Yeah.
you had them.
And that's what I'm talking about, the art of transformation. You stayed right there with him and helped him get through an uncomfortable. Nobody wants to be yelling, right? A
No,
leg cramp right in the middle of something,
no,
right?
but things
Right.
happen. It's life, and like
That's
you
right.
said, as we learn with you, I might be hyper focused on my clients. I really pay attention, and I think it's really important to notice what level they're at, where you need them, if anything else is going on. It's super important.
I agree. And that hyper focus usually translates as feeling like you care, like you're
Yep.
paying attention. For a lot of our clients, merely giving them your undivided attention will make them feel worthy, will help them feel loved, and they can leave even in just that consultation. And this is where what we might call the free consultation or the complimentary consultation. I think we can do so much good work there, even if it's not free or complimentary, because I don't do free consultations anymore. It's just the very first time that we see our client is a real opportunity to really set the entire world aside and be there 100% and give your client that 100% attention, because a lot of our clients have never had that in their life.
No, and I really tell them every time it's a time when no one is needing or wanting anything from you.
That's
It's
right.
all about you. It's all about you. And it is, like you say, it allows them to just relax and let go and be able to let the hypnosis work.
Let the
Um,
hypnosis. That's right.
I do want to say, you
Mm-hmm.
hooked me on that alpha sequence. I do before we start hypnosis.
Mm-hmm.
I start with that as a relaxer, just as a lead in every single time. I
Beautiful.
love it.
I love the alpha
You
sequence
know,
too. It includes the physiological elements that help us get into the parasympathetic nervous system. Clients love it too. So thank you for bringing that up. I'll be sure to put a
yeah,
link here around here somewhere. A lot of our
yeah.
grads and clients practice it. So
It's just really great. And it's just, there's no better way. It only takes a couple minutes and it just lets your client just lets them relax. They can let go, then they're ready to
yes.
go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Eric, how do you use hypnosis these days? How do you do hypnosis daily, or how are you still
Um,
using hypnosis in your life?
Me personally, I'm an A-type personality. You probably wouldn't know that in class because I was very quiet, but I'm a very stressful person with all
Mhm.
these health issues, with the damage to my heart from the COVID shot. I've
Yeah.
had to learn to chill out basically. And I'll tell you,
Uh,
just out walking in the woods or whatever, or if I'm in situations that's stressing me out when I shouldn't be getting my blood pressure up any higher, or simple affirmations. And just, I use it all the time now. And I think that's helped people see that I am a happier person as one combination with doing this. I'm actually using myself and
right.
it's helping me. There's still a ton of work to do. Don't ask my wife. She'll say it's endless, but I'm getting there.
It's endless for all
and
of
it
us, right?
and
We
it
can
does work, right?
always. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it does. It's really, I like it way better than meditation. I do. I think it's more helpful. Everybody has their own preferences. Meditation's empty into the cup, and this, it's wonderful.
Most people find if they don't have a meditation practice yet, find that a self-hypnosis practice is easier to get going, especially a guided self-hypnosis practice. And that's why even something like hypnosis recordings can be beneficial for our clients to help them get in a practice
Yep.
of calm, a practice of, so like the relaxation recording that we have or the alpha sequence that you mentioned, clients will just listen to it over and over because it's a technique, a no thing technique is what I call it. It's not going to ask you about your day. It's not going to ask you to plan something or consider something or think about something. It's right. What those techniques are great when
They're
you want to
great.
do that introspection. But a lot of times we just need to press the pause button
Yeah.
for our mind and for our heart and for our stress. And so that's self-hypnosis, and those recordings are really good in that way.
I love just using it on myself just to bring myself down, and having two kids right there. That alone's enough
Beautiful.
to set you off constantly anyway.
How
It's
old are your
become
kids?
incredibly 21 and 18.
All
So
right.
it's
All right.
pushing them out the door. We got to get experience the world, but they're great kids.
Yeah.
It's just kids are kids, young adults,
Yeah.
much different than we were. And they're going to push your buttons. That's their job.
That's right. So we can uninstall all buttons if we'd like.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fun one. I don't know if you've done that one with your clients, but if my clients keep mentioning that their buttons keep getting pressed, I will do a hypnotic exercise with them and we remove all the buttons. We remove them hypnotically, and we laugh on the inside when someone's trying to press the buttons, but the buttons don't exist anymore. So now the client this is called laughing at the absurdity. So if you have an impossible situation, apply laughing at the absurdity technique. Just think of something absurd that will comfort your mind in the moment. One that often comes up is a boss who's really mean and grumpy and stomping around like a toddler. I've had plenty of my clients laughing at the absurdity translated to when the boss is yelling at me, I imagine him stomping around in a diaper and a binky, because that's how he's acting like a toddler.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked. It worked for these clients because it amused them in the moment. And then they could walk away from.
Such a great way to have self-control and control over a whole situation. Really gives you that control.
That was it.
And it's healthier for you.
All I had to do was ask. I'm like, oh, how old is he acting? Is there, and this is, again, our minds are so amazing. All I had to do was say, is there a part of your mind that might find an element of this humorous? What would it be? And clients come up with their own amazing ideas. Our clients are amazing. All we have to do is remind them of it and give them just the easiest tools to do that again. And then we're there, like I said, right, the transformation, right? We get to help them learn how to transform, and they just take off, right?
Piggybacking off that, one of the things in your stress buster that I read and watched, I use all the time, is flipping that negativity to excitement, right?
Yes.
And I use it constantly in my life, and it really works. Just flip it. And you'll be surprised how much a situation that was bothering you is, you can make it a challenge to overcome, or however you want to make it.
And awareness is always the first step. We can be aware, oh, I think I'm afraid. No, imagine that you're excited. Okay. Yep. Awareness is always that first step. One that I've been working on with a lot of my weight loss clients lately is a craving, right? So they notice that they want donuts. They notice that they want candy, and saying no to that is painful. And usually it's because they're tired or something's going on, right? And so with the broccoli test, which you mentioned earlier, now clients are feeling empowered because they realize, I'm not hungry. I do recognize that I want the cupcake. I get it. It's appealing. I'm not going to just say no to the cupcake. And that's where I think we made a lot of mistakes with food, demonizing food or making it seem like there's something wrong with you if you feel like you want to eat it. And instead saying, I know I want the cupcake because I'm tired and I've been working all day, but I'm not going to have it because I'm going to feel so much better tomorrow. when I realize that I'm going to go on a walk instead, right? So we bring the
Right.
guilty residue of the future to bear in that moment now and realize I actually don't want the cupcake. Instead, I'm going to go on a walk. And then what we hope to happen is they feel that instantaneous gratification that they wanted from the cupcake. Hopefully they feel it right now.
Because let's be real, what's that cupcake give you? A minute's worth of gratification?
That's right.
Then it's gone. Then you want another cupcake.
That's right.
And it just spirals out of control.
And it's instantaneous gratification that people are going for. So the idea is to take the guilty residue from the future, bring it to now. Are you going to feel guilty about it? Yes. Okay. Don't do it. Feel good that you didn't do it. Get excited. Celebrate the awareness that you didn't eat it. And if we can help our clients flip that one, it's like what you were saying, right? Flipping fear to excitement. This is like flipping a craving to a deeper understanding. What does your heart and mind really want? Like, what would really bring you fulfillment right now? It's probably just taking a break. So thank you, Eric. Super cool. The work that we get to do with our clients when we really notice, right? Pay attention.
It is.
It's really not hard, right? It's not hard work.
No, it's not hard at all as far as paying attention, and the reward is so great.
What would you want to say to any of your clients out there who might not have, they're just out there in the world, maybe they don't know yet, but somehow they come across this. What would you want to say to them?
I would say give hypnosis a chance. There are stigmas attached to it, but come experience it for yourself. The power is within you, and it's all you. You come to us as hypnotists. We're not selling you anything else, supplements, this, that. We're using your own power of your own mind to make you happier, healthier, and stronger.
That's right.
And you will be.
Right. And these things tend to be things people that stick with people. So learning how to calm down and relax, learning how to not be anxious, learning how to pause and not take things personally as they come in, not have knee-jerk reactions, which leads to sleeping better, taking better care of yourself, having better relationships. And this is where we get the upward spiral for our clients. Everything starts to work, right?
Yep. And it's amazing to see the change in them as we go through sessions. When they're on that positive track and they're accomplishing whatever their benefits and goals are, it is rewarding to see.
Was there anything else you'd like to share before we close today?
I'd just say thank you very much for having me on. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you again for your class. I came out so prepared at the end of it. I've had other people I can compare to as far as how they come out of someone else's session versus how I came out. And it was really amazing how super prepared I was and ready to hit the ground running.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Eric, because what we do is classroom to client. That's the goal. We want you prepared enough in class to go work with clients right away, feeling confident that you can get them results. And it sounds like that's exactly what you did. Yeah, it's wonderful. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. How can people connect with you? Sure. We're EVCO Hypnosis, EVCO Hypnosis.com. You can find us on the web, Facebook. You can call us at 413-212-0283. We're here in Berkshire County. We do Zoom like everybody else in the world. Yep. We do in person, and we'll be at the convention. I'll actually be an exhibitor. You can find me in the exhibit room. There's a great need for hypnotists out there because we get to work so personally with people. So Thank you so much, Eric, for being here. And thank you to all of our watchers and listeners of Living Hypnotically. I'm Erika Flint, professional hypnotherapy instructor, board certified hypnotist, and lover of humans. I want to invite you to download our new guide to becoming a professional hypnotist in 2024. You can find that at cascadehypnosistraining.com/guide. Thank you, Eric, Layden, so much for being here today, sharing your wisdom, sharing your inspiration of how we can give people better lives, how we can help them with their own internal power, leaving empowered and solving some of the biggest problems that they perceive in the world. So thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to seeing all of you on the next episode. Bye for now.